Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I am Manahal. I am a student of Rehan School, Korangi Campus, and I am very warm welcome to everyone tuning in today. My name is Manahal and I am joining you from the vibrant city of Karachi, Pakistan. In today's special segment, we have the privilege of hosting a truly remarkable individuals whose work speak volume in the realm of interior design, wellness, and sustainable living. She is a visionary in creating spaces that not only look beautiful but also promote a sense of balance and harmony. So, viewers, it's give me immense pleasure to introduce Ma'am Carley, the founder of Carley M Design Studio, a trailblazer in integrating natural beauty and wellness into our living environment. Ma'am Carley, thank you so much for joining us today. Your journey is an inspiration to many, and we are eager to dive into your life story, understand your passion and design and wellness, and learn from your vast experience. So, welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great today.
Thank you. So, first of all, can you please introduce yourself for my viewers?
My name's Carley Montgomery, and I specialize in helping people curate bespoke wellness sanctuaries in their home.
All right. Thank you so much for your introduction. So now let's move on to now let's move on to questions. My first question is on your screen. What inspired you to start Carly M Design Studio, and how do you incorporate wellness focused principles into your interior design projects?
Well, I started as a contractor first and became a developer working on homes eventually after a long, long path. And what got me on my wellness journey was after I left the United States. I spent 7 years traveling through Central America and getting very passionate about wellness. One, realizing how much our medical system is failing us, and that it's not a subject that people really talk about, but it's the most important thing for humans to be focused on these days. My mission has been since then to help people heal and provide spaces because I am a space designer. What I first did was I was working on building wellness sanctuaries or wellness centers down in Central America, and offering the space for someone to come and work with healers and work on themselves in nature. And what I realized is that people just don't have the time or the energy to leave, or the availability to leave their life to come and really focus on themselves. So upon returning to the States, and I came back to be closer to my family, I realized that the most valuable impact I can have on people is to help them in the home. Many people's homes reflect their state of well-being, and whether mental or physical. And how is it that I can get in there and work with them as a coach and as a guide to make their homes more healthy, more balanced, more functioning, and so that they can go out into their lives and live a better, more healthy life.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for your great answer. So now let's move on to the next question. My next question is on your screen. Can you describe your detox program and how it benefits your clients?
So my home deep talks program is really a wellness focused program to work with clients in their home. We go through an extensive questionnaire process and really get to know the client, to know where they're struggling in their wellness journey and how they use the space currently, what would help them make the space better and more conductive to a wellness journey. And then I go through a whole checklist of various points that we address. And it's everything from detoxing the home from a physical standpoint, that's decluttering and organizing the home. So getting rid of all the extra things, because extra things in your life are going to create an energy suck from you. So it's less energy that you would be focusing on yourself and your family. Then we go through the different things like water, air, and radiation in the home. We come up with solutions that are within the client's budget to provide, like, we can do everything from full home wellness filters to just point of use wellness filters to just a water distiller that sits on the counter, depending on what the budget is that they're allowed to, that they have to work with. Same with air quality. We can work on a whole home filter that goes into your HVAC system, all the way down to like a appliance that sits in the corner. Then we create the environment to be conducive to a wellness agenda. That means everything from creating spaces for meditation and yoga, making sure that there's ample space and quality of space to be used for wellness practices. And really, the biggest one is the decluttering and in the organization.
All right, that's awesome, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answer. My next question is for you. How do you balance the use of natural materials and sustainable practices in your in your design work?
Oh man. Natural materials is so important in the home. Plastics are killing our health. So we get rid of all plastic things, and that's everything from in the kitchen, the plastic containers that you store things in, replacing them with glass. Any plastic in the home is just not, natural elements like wood, metal, ceramic, glass, they have an energy to them. And plastics just don't have that energy value to them. So we do everything we can to eradicate that and replace it with natural materials. Other natural materials to focus on are things like in the textiles, linens and wool, organic cotton, over things like polyester. Sustainable practices, I feel like they come naturally, but the things that I do focus on is creating a composting system. Most of us are throwing away valuable scraps to our food that can be turned into organic soils for our garden. So setting everything up from the inside to the outside to be as sustainable as possible. I find that my clients produce far less trash and are able to recycle more items in their home and buy more conscious products that don't create so much waste.
All right, really inspiring, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answer. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is for you. As an expert in both interior and landscape design, how do you ensure these two elements complement each other in your project?
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you so much for asking. I believe so much in the power of plants and the energetic value of having them in your home. And when I say landscape design, it's like interior landscape as well. There's a concept out there of biophilic design, and it's basically the love of plants and nature, and how humans' physical and mental wellness is affected by their connection with nature. So, how can we bring nature inside and then also create spaces outside that are inviting to stay in and to be in? So often people have an outdoor area and they barely use it because it's not inviting, or um, it doesn't have what they need to thrive in. So I really do focus on creating outdoor environments that are useful, as well as bringing the outdoors indoors with plants and stones and elements from nature.
All right, great, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answer. My next question is for you. With your background in culinary art and nutrition, how does this influence your approach to interior design?
I think that its influence is actually more in how I arrange people's kitchens. So I've always been an excellent kitchen designer with like how to make a kitchen useful and designed in such a way that it is easy to prepare good meals in. So when I outfit someone's kitchen for a wellness kitchen, we look at the appliances that they're using. I highly recommend a really good blender. All that the um, utensils that they're using are not plastic or Teflon coated. We get rid of all of the Teflon pans. We replace them with cast iron skillets, stainless steel pots. I think it's more in the equipment than it is on the actual, uh, how do you say, materials that we use in the space. Big one is wood cutting boards. You know, so often people are using plastic cutting boards. You're technically cutting little pieces of plastic into your food to eat. If you use plastic Tupperwares or Teflon pans, you're heating plastic up that are it's going to leach into your food and you're going to consume in your body. So those things, and then just oh, one of the things I didn't get to this part in the original question. um, I go through people's cupboards and I pull out all the food that's toxic. And so much of our food supply here in the United States, especially, is laden with bad oils, chemicals, preservatives. And I pull all of that out and then help the client get onto a whole foods diet. I'm not prescribed to like a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that. For me, it's about the quality of every ingredient and that it's whole foods and organic. So,
All right, ma'am. Wonderful answer. Thank you so much for your wonderful answer. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is for you. Can you share some insight into how you stay updated with industry trends and continue your professional development in interior design?
well, the interior design part's easy. I am just an Instagram junkie and I follow all these amazing designers on there. So, from a design to see, design to me is easy. It's what the wellness side that I really like to focus on. And what has been the most amazing thing is podcasts. There are so many amazing podcasts out there around health and wellness right now, and bringing on great industry professionals. But I also read studies. I really look deep to find quality research that's been peer reviewed or and who puts on those studies. A lot of the times these studies are financed by pharmaceutical companies and they're very slayed towards um, not so healthy practices and chemical laden pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. So I'm constantly searching and listening and reading books to stay up on wellness. And yeah, like I said, interior design is just pretty. So I'm constantly on Instagram checking out my favorite designers.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. My next question is for you. What challenges have you faced in promoting eco friendly practices and sourcing ethically made products in your projects?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, the sourcing is difficult. You know, most things are made in China and shipped here to the United States. So just the fact that it's shipped so far already has made it unsustainable. You know, shipping um, is horrible on our environment, fossil fuel consumption, everything like that. You know, my favorite go-to places for eco-friendly and sustainable and organic items is Etsy, because you're actually touching into a marketplace, a global marketplace of handmade artisan goods. You can actually find great natural medicines on there. I also try to support small businesses and people that are hand making items and things that are produced locally.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your great answer. Now let's move on to next question. My next question is for you. Can you tell us more about your experience as a co-founder of New uh, Utopia INC and how it has influenced your career?
So New Utopia was my design build firm. I had started in 2015 with a beautiful woman named Min Yu. We ran that business. Oh, actually, we were working together way before that, but we incorporated that company in 2015. And it was originally our residential development firm that became a design build firm. So that's where I really got into working. That was the first time that I wanted to work with clients. Up to that point, I was terrified of working for homeowners because of their emotional component that I just didn't know um, how to navigate. And so now I'm very much focused on the emotional and the mental state of a client and how to help them and how to integrate the design into their life so it's functional and promotes well-being.
All right, great. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. My next question is for you. How has your role as advisor at Vivid Reality and your involvement with the NFTs and the metaverse impacted your design perspective?
Wow, you went deep. You you really researched me. That was a fun project. Those guys are this amazing video game design studio in Guatemala, and I was privileged to be able to work with them. I came on in as advisor, more from a business development standpoint. The reason why I was already into crypto and why I got invited in to work with them comes from my background working with a regenerative cryptocurrency. And today, I am now proposing to a couple different projects to tokenize eco-village projects in Costa Rica. One of them I submitted, let's see what the response is, but cryptocurrency has the ability, well, blockchain technology as a whole has the ability to make true democratic societies where we can all be voting and all have representation on a transparent blockchain so that all of these things that we're seeing right now in our societies with, I don't know in a single country right now that's not having some sort of problem with their elections or the corrupt governments. It's just it's endemic of the entire country. So looking at these smaller projects where we can actually create democratic uh, governance and our own token or our own currency based in ecological awareness, regeneration, living in harmony with nature and in community is incredible. The Vivid Reality, we were also talking about doing some projects, eco-village projects. We were going to use 3D printing machines. So I got to say, working on these proposals alone have been very eye-opening because it creates new ways to fund projects and activate projects that have gone by the wayside, meaning that they have lost momentum. I love the idea of fractionalized ownership and asset-backed tokens. That meaning that people can buy a token that is represented or backed by the value of the project. So they essentially get to buy into a project that they believe in, and that token can raise in value as that project gains momentum and gains in value. I really think that crypto is the future of our economies. It's the only way to get off the system that's killing the planet.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for explaining. Now let's move on to the next question. My next question is for you. With your diverse range of skills and experiences, what advice would you give to someone starting their career in interior design and wellness spaces?
Learn digital marketing. That is my big focus right now. I have always done well in my life of relationship building, and my design practice and my businesses have all been word of mouth. And now I really want to reach a bigger audience. And I think anyone starting any business right now, it's really down to marketing. And digital marketing is by far the most important part of any business. You know, I've signed up for lead generation sites like Angie's List that we have here in the States or house.com, and really being able to connect with your specific audience and bring in leads through digital marketing, through social media, through email marketing I think is the most important skill to learn for anyone getting into business right now in any field.
Right. Thank you so much for your answer. So, in your opinion, what is the most important aspect of creating a wellness focused space?
It's actually taking away. It's not about adding so much, but getting rid of all those things that you are not using, that do not serve you, and that are toxic. I I didn't go too much into this before, but I also pull out all the chemicals in the house. So there are one of the simplest things that people could do right now, just toss any chemical. And the chemicals are laden in our home cleaning products, pesticides, our body products, like everything that we use to clean ourselves and makeup and, all of our personal care products are generally, if they're made by a commercial brand or a corporation, they're generally not good for us. And you could go through lists online to see which chemicals are causing cancer and everything. Um, so really, it's about taking away everything that doesn't serve you. And I really believe in the practices of minimalism. I mean, don't get me wrong, make your space pretty, put all those things that are special to you, get all the crystals and the outside goods and, or the things from nature that are going to make you feel good. But beyond that, anything that's extra in your space takes more energy from your life. You got to move it to clean it. You got to take care of it, so really pare down to those things that are most valuable and give the most back to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your great answer. Now, let's move on to next question. My next question is for you. What are some of your favorite sustainable materials to work with and why?
Okay, well, first of all, everything that we use here in the United States and that is required by code is horrible on our health. So from the structural standpoint of building a house, I always opt for when you say sustainable too, this is like a really, oh gosh, uh, this is a double-edged sword. So they talk about sustainable building products here being green, where really I don't believe in this whole green movement. A lot of the times, like for example, bamboo flooring. So bamboo flooring is held together with very toxic. It takes a lot of like this resin or polymers to hold bamboo flooring together. So is it really sustainable? Yeah, bamboo grows great and grows easily and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if a bamboo floor is going to be more sustainable than maybe an oak floor. Um, and then my favorite material, like let's talk about textiles. Polyester out. Linen and wool have very high frequency. So, incorporating it into your clothing or into your home, you're going to be amplifying the energy around you. And also, the protection, EMF protection, comes along with some of these materials. So, organic cotton, linen, and wool are my biggest go tos on textiles. And then, as far as sustainability, like we're it's really about the practice of how they harvest things, right? So you can get one type of wood species that has been harvested irresponsibly, and that same wood species that's been harvested responsibly and replanted. So it's really about checking your sourcing and where you're getting it from, and then just focus on natural products. Use recycled products where you could. Um, and a big one, I try never to buy anything brand new off the shelf. I am a huge thrifter, antique junkie. I am constantly going online to Facebook Marketplace and buying things secondhand. So I'm not contributing to the firsthand destruction or manufacturing processes. I do that with my clothes, and I do that with about everything that I buy for the interiors of homes these days.
All right, ma'am. Amazing answer. Thank you so much for your answer. So, as we wrap up our enlightening conversation with Ma'am, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the incredible insight we began today. My passion for creating wellness focused spaces, her commitment to sustainable practices, and her holistic approach to interior design are not just inspiring but also revolutionary in our pursuit and healthcare and more balanced living environments. So, ma'am, it has been an absolute honor to have you with us. So, your experience and wisdom have undoubtedly enrich our understanding of the profound impact design can be on our well-being. So to our audience, we hope this conversation has inspired you to think about the spaces inhabit in new meaningful ways. Remember, the environment we create around us have the power to shape our lives. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing your journey and your vision with us. We wish you continued success in all your future endeavors and look forward to the amazing work you will continue to do. So, this is Manahal Remote Javali signing off from Karachi, Pakistan. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.